Was a girl running in our group. She had a high-speed motor in a 40 Ford Coupe. She had a racing cam and a supercharged. Look at Buddy, hot rod and large. She's a hot rod. She's a hot rod.
Now, we were talking about the things going on in the car business. And a couple of the things are kind of, well, they're a little extreme, but it is what it is. Okay? General Motors is a mess. I don't get what they're doing. By the way, the Blue Top last week, I think I might have set a personal record for onion rings. I think I ate a lot of onion rings.
He said, sorry, George, we're out of onion rings. You got to go home now.
I mean, I ate a lot of onion rings just to entice you a little bit.
Just keep them coming.
Man, I love his onion rings. Oh, God. All right. General Motors Financial, the captive finance unit of General Motors, if you ever bought a General Motors car, that's who they want to put you with, agreed to pay over $3.5 million to resolve allegations it violated a U.S. federal law that provides certain benefits and protections to eligible service members, the Justice Department said. GM Financial was accused of violating the Service Members Civil Relief Act by illegally repossessing 71 service members' vehicles, and improperly denying or mishandling over 1,000 vehicle lease termination requests, the Justice Department said Wednesday. GM Financial did not immediately respond for comment. It is a wholly owned subsidiary of General Motors and provides financing for vehicle sales and leases. In 2021, GM Financial had revenue exceeding $13 billion. That's B, with a B, guys. So Charles is over there spinning the dials. I can hear the computer going. I can hear the keyboard flying. The guy's just, he got me looking good and sounding good, and we're just having a good time here. You heard about Carvana. I told you about it last week. Well, they suspended their license in Illinois and Michigan now, but now they're fighting it. They're trying. Michigan's Department of State on Friday said that the license for Carvana had been summarily suspended for several alleged violations of the Michigan Vehicle Code. The violations were discovered during the investigation of no-title complaints from consumers. These are pretty good ones. The violations by Carvana in Michigan include failing to make application for title and registration within 15 days for 112 customers that they just didn't get their title in. Committing fraudulent acts in connection with selling or otherwise dealing in vehicles where Carvana employees admitted to destroying title applications and all applicable documents pertaining to the sale of 3 vehicles that were sold to customers, and Carvana took the vehicles back. And failing to maintain odometer records, improperly using registration, temporary registration. In other words, if you wanted one of those orange license plates, you could go to Carvana and get all you wanted. Failing to have records available for inspection during reasonable or established business hours, and possessing improper odometer disclosure records. I got to tell you, violating terms of a probation agreement 127 times.
You know my favorite part of that story? Earlier this week, Carvana sent out an email to their Michigan customers asking them to sign a petition.
Oh, yeah.
To keep them in Michigan.
Keep them in Michigan, yeah. Oh, yeah. They
want. Are you a satisfied customer?
They want to continue sticking it to you. They want to really have you all your old way. Wholesale used car vehicle prices are going down, Chuck. The used cars are starting to come down a little bit. Cox Automotive said Friday that wholesale prices declined 3% in February or September compared with August. The Manheim Used Vehicle Value Index, which is a good Bible, an indicator of used vehicle market pricing trends, declined from 210 to 204 for August. So that's, that I'm telling you, it's going to come down. It's got to come down.
There's a but in there, though.
There's always a but.
The but is that the interest rates have offset the savings of the car prices going down.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, here, the hottest new and used car sales. The hottest new and used cars the buyers are looking for. Number 1, new Subaru Crosstrek. Number 2, the Chevy Corvette. Everybody wants one. Number 3, Subaru Forester. Number 4, Toyota Sienna. And number 5, Toyota RAV4. 2 Subarus, a Toyota, 2 Toyotas, and 1 Chevy.
Walk into a bar and what happens?
Yeah, really. On the used side, Tesla Model 3, that'll make you happy, is number 1. Mitsubishi Outlander, Toyota Prius, Honda Insight, and Mitsubishi Eclipse Cross. Now, of the used vehicles, Chuck, did you notice anything missing there? An American car.
Cars, yeah. Well, Tesla's an American car. I know you. I know you don't want to acknowledge it,
is,
but it's an American car.
It is. I agree.
It's not an American car made in Ireland or anything like that. So
no, it's not a DeLorean made in Ireland, but it's also full of cocaine. I got to tell you,
he was acquitted. Thank you.
Yes, he was. We've had some interesting things coming up in the news today, and Chuck and I were talking on a break about Ford. There's a rumor. Now, I don't know how much you trust your thing, but if the rumor, and I got it from a couple pretty good sources that they really believe it, that the tune-up, you cannot tune up your Ford. They're going to be programmed so you can't do it.
So essentially what they're saying here is that the new Mustang is built on Ford's fully networked vehicle architecture, which they said it will encrypt all of the data. So they said, according to them, the entire system is encrypted to protect user data. And if the system suspects someone is trying to modify its code, it can shut down a component or the whole vehicle down entirely. So you can't tune your Mustang, which I think most guys buy Mustangs and they like to tweak them a little bit.
Yeah.
Tinker with them. And,
oh, yeah.
And again, you talk about America. That's what we do.
We add turbos and stuff. I mean, come on. That's just crazy. But you know what that is? That's just another one of those big brother is watching you. They're going to turn your vehicle off. They're going to turn your car off.
Well, no, it's actually better than that. You will only be able to get factory sanctioned approved tunes. So basically, just like that whole idea about, paying for your heated seats, you have to get Ford's blessing in order to use an aftermarket part, which I'm sure is going to add a little bit to the cost.
Oh, absolutely it is. That's just not right. That's just not proper.
Of course, it's for your safety, George.
No, it's not. It's to run my life. I'm tired of these people trying to run my life. Everybody wants to run my life. I don't get it. I never had this before. I'm 71 years old. I was happy until just now.
You should go to the Ford dealership. Say, I'm already married. I don't need you to run my life.
I don't need you to fix. I don't need you to turn my car off.
I don't need you to
while
tell
I'm
me not to
it.
tinker with my car. My wife already tells me don't mess with the car.
They just admitted they can turn your car off.
Right.
I'm going to turn my car off while I'm driving it, while I'm going to the donut store, or while I'm going to the...
Well, if you don't pay your bill.
The club.
Well, you remember that joke about the Tesla, though? If you don't pay your bill, the Tesla will drive itself back.
Drive itself home. Yeah. Back to where it belongs.
If you don't pay the bill, right.
Well, that's just too much. And if Ford has that technology available, they all do. Let's face it.
Right.
And if that works, and if the government actually allows that in the state, that's insane, for one thing. The right to repair is a big argument right now, of course, in Massachusetts.
Now it's not even repair; it's just the right to tinker.
Yeah, now right to tinker, right to
to adjust your own whatever.
Right to put a K&N air filter on my
right.
Mustang.
It voids the warranty.
It voids everything, and then they're going to stop the car. They're going to turn it off while you're showing it off. Give me a break. I don't get no. But that technology, I'm sure their ability to turn that car off is already there. I bet it's been there for ages.
Well, and so the question is, if they would use it for that purpose, why don't they use it to end these dangerous police chases? Do you know why don't they focus on?
Yeah, why don't they turn that car off?
Right,
that we're chasing,
or cause it to slow down, just like a governor, just slowly turn it up, so it just slowly close. Instead of the car just dying on the highway, it just slowly dies off.
That would work. That would save a lot of lives.
Basically, just slowly turn the fuel off or something.
Well, the other thing is they're going to make it so you can't speed.
Well, that's right. They're going to regulate that.
You're going to regulate. The car's going to be regulated where you can't go over 65.
Right.
Unless, of course, you live out in the desert where there is no speed limit. I don't know.
You put a little bit of foil over the GPS, and you'll be able to do whatever you want.
I don't think so.
So
you and your tin hats.
Well, one for me, one for the car. So after the break, I want to ask you a question. I want to ask if you can figure out how a YouTuber managed to go 1,600 miles without plugging in his Tesla.
I saw that article. Didn't read
so you
it,
already
and
know.
I didn't read it. No,
good.
I didn't read it.
So I want to see after the break if you can figure out how he did that.
On 1,600 miles without recharging.
Without plugging in his Tesla.
My. Charles has been looking over at the break. He's giving me this evil eye because he's got this thing about how can a Tesla go 1,600 miles without plugging it in? Well, it can't. There's no way.
Okay, it did.
I tell me how he did it.
He installed a gas-powered generator in the trunk.
Oh, well.
So he turned his Tesla into a hybrid.
A hybrid, yeah. That's the way to fly. Now, if he'd have made that gas engine run on hydrogen, the fuel hydrogen, not a fuel cell, but the fuel, then he would have had a clean car. Our first clean car.
Well, there you go. So now you have to see what it would take to get a hydrogen tank.
With range.
Right. That's an interesting experiment.
I think hybrids make a whole lot more sense than full electric. I mean a whole lot more. You've always still got the engine to run on, and it can recharge the battery while you're driving. I mean, hybrids make a lot more sense if we're going to transition into, nothing, zero out the tailpipe. We got to get our hybrids. We got to run them on hydrogen or natural gas, and electric battery. And now you're talking a clean car. Super clean. And the alternators could be built to recharge that battery to its fullest extent while the engine is running.
Well, and that's what we've talked about in the past, the idea of if I'm driving around in town, I'm only going a few miles a day, then that's a good solution. I go home at night and I charge it. But if I'm going on a trip, I flip over to the hybrid.
You mean like Cal City?
Well,
from here? Yeah.
I mean, I can make it home from here. But I mean, that's the point, is that you need to have that flexibility of being able to go on a vacation and not have to worry about stopping every 300 miles for an hour.
We're way too spoiled. American people are spoiled.
Right.
They don't have to wait for anything, and they can get in their car and go cross country and not have to stop for 2 hours to charge the battery. Okay, they can stop for 5 minutes, put some gas in, get the kiddies a bag of chips,
right,
and down the road they go. But now you're going to have to stop at Elon Musk's hotel. That's what Chuck wants.
We'll go swim in his little pool. Yeah,
the Musk pool, the Elon pool. I don't think so. We're back to our same old argument, and this is my point. We are never going to have the infrastructure to handle fully electric cars for everybody. Think about it. I'll bet I see over 100,000 cars go around my corner every day. If I sat there and counted them, there'd be over 100,000 on that four-way corner. Easy. Where are we going to put 100,000 chargers? You got to have one for every car. Now, you can have one in your home. That's fine. But that's a slow charge. You have a fast charger. That's huge bucks. But you can do that too. Last person I know did that. Their Mustang caught the house on fire. They put it on a fast charge out here in Cherville or St. John. Burn the garage down. I mean, that's just how it is. It's too volatile. Lithium's too volatile. We need to go with nickel-cadmium batteries and hydrogen-run internal combustion engines and make a hybrid car that is 100% clean and 100% environmental. Okay? That will be the environmental car of the year. The hybrid that runs on either natural gas or hydrogen and a battery pack. You go home, you plug it in, slow charge it overnight, fine. But at least you got to where you were going because you still had your engine. And your engine is recharging your battery as it's riding. They also have the thing with the brakes, Chuck, with the regenerative heat. They take that and that's
right,
energy from the brakes, from riding the brakes, not riding, but stopping with them. And the heat generated by those, or friction, causes electricity, can make electricity. So that's part what recharges the car. But we're not. 100,000 is not a lot of charging stations. With the state of Illinois, there's 30 million cars. 30 million cars. Now, even if you had 30 million chargers, Chuck, where would you get the electricity to run, let's just say, 10 million one time?
Windmills.
Windmills?
Windmills.
No. No. Windmills are not going to do it. Solar panels are not going to do it. Not for that kind of draw. That kind of draw, I don't know that a nuclear plant would do it. I just don't know.
You want to build nuclear power plants, one per charging station.
Well, when China found out they were going to go all electric, first thing they did was build a dozen coal-fired plants.
Right.
That's how it is. That's not the way this is supposed to work. We're supposed to make our environment better and keep the convenience of travel. And we're not keeping the convenience of travel. Everybody talks about electric cars. They don't talk about charging stations. We got that article over there, Chuck. What are they charging? Everybody always asks me, what does it cost to charge a car? Well, now these charging stations are owned by a company. Okay, and the company that puts them in makes the rate. But it's variable, isn't it?
So this company EVCS, they're on the East Coast, and so they are looking at different plans. Oh, sorry, they're on the West Coast. They have different plans. So their anytime. So it's kind of like the old days with the cell phone. You have minutes and you have minute plans and stuff. You have minutes per whatever.
So you get so much charging for being a member or whatever.
Right. So for $49.99 a month, you get 200 kilowatt hours of charging. After that, you'll pay 29 cents per kilowatt hour. So that's for less than 1,150 miles a month. That means you can charge it about 7 times. So that's, every couple days. They have the unlimited off-peak pro tier, which is $99.99 a month. And that includes unlimited charging from 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. You can use your phone all you want after 6 p.m., just like in the old days. So outside those hours, you charge 29 cents per kilowatt hour. And then they have the unlimited anytime pro plan.
Wow.
For $199 a month. That's designed for people who drive all the time, or they use, if they're an Uber driver or something like that. So again, it's like the cell phone plan.
Now I get in my electric car and I want to go to Chicago from California. Where are my charging stations?
Well,
they don't have any yet.
Right. They're mainly you'll be fine as long as you want to go to Oregon or Washington. If you want to leave those two, then you're outside. Then now you have roaming charges.
The sooner you join and get one of those plans, like the $199 a month.
Come on, you have roaming charges.
$199 a month for gas? No.
Yeah.
Well, for electric.
Well, that's unlimited. So that's unlimited charging, though. You have free text messaging for it.
I understand that.
Free picture messaging.
That's not. This is not cohesive to a convenient thing. It's not convenient at all.